Hi everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today and clicking play on my new video, which is Think Before You Ink. So as you know, I am a beauty therapist, but I have trained in semi-permanent makeup, and I just wanted to bring a few important little tidbits just before you think about investing in this procedure. So semi-permanent makeup is essentially the tattooing of eyeliner, eyebrows, lipstick and various other enhancements using the tattooing technique. It is not the same as having a conventional tattoo. Semi-permanent makeup, we use pigments rather than inks, and the pigments that I use are inorganic, so organically mineral based, sit nice and natural in the skin, etc, etc. So they are different to the normal tattoos that you can get from a tattoo studio. But with everything, it has its ups and downs in popularity and fashion, and at the moment semi-permanent makeup really does seem to be at the height of its popularity. It's more popular than ever, which can only be a good thing, and it's fantastic for me because I get to transform lots of eyebrows and make over lots of amazing ladies and gents depending on what procedure they're having done. But with the popularity, you do get a lot of rash decisions being made, and I know it can be so exciting if you've made the decision to have, for example, your eyebrows tattooed on, and you've made the decision and you just want to go off and get it done. I understand, I was exactly the same. It can be very tempting also if you are caught by a cheap deal. It might be Groupon and they're offering it for what just seems like a steal, but more often than not you get what you pay for. So if you get a cheap deal, you tend to are getting it from a technician who is using substandard equipment, supplies, possibly may not have been trained. I have heard a lot of horror stories, and the real thing that I'm trying to get across is to think before you ink. This is not an eyebrow wax. The hairs, if it's wrong, the hairs are not just going to grow back. The pigment's not just going to fade like hair grows back. So it's something that you do need to seriously consider. I must get at least 1 or 2 messages every single week from somebody who is looking for correctional work. They have been to a technician who may or may not have been trained, but have not done a correct procedure, and that's not necessarily the customer's fault. They could have done all the research in the world, but something's happened and they're not happy with the results. But I honestly feel, hand on heart, if you really do your research, you have a consultation, you can see the technician's previous work, you can read testimonials and reviews, I think it gives you a more informed, makes you able to make a more informed decision. So please be careful. Never ever go for what is the cheapest. It might be that a technician is doing a one-off offer and they really do produce stunning, amazing work, and it's the luck of the draw, and that's absolutely fantastic. I'm not saying not to get some discount. That's absolutely fine, but please just be careful. I trained to, I'm still continuing training to an advanced level. So I've covered advanced eyebrow, advanced lips, I'm going forward to do advanced eyeliner, but I really invested in my training, which is coming to over £12,000 currently, because I wanted to be trained with a very professional academy who are Habia, Babtac and City and Guilds accredited, and I was prepared to spend thousands of pounds on my training in order to deliver just the best professional work I could produce. And you know, that money went on legitimate training, the correct supplies and equipment, insurance, and getting the, you know, even my premises regulated by the council to make sure that, you know, I were fully ready and sorted to be able to give professional treatments. So yeah, please just find the right technician, make sure that they are trained. Do not be afraid to ask to see somebody's insurance document or, you know, regulation certificate from the council. Any technician worth their salt will be very, very happy to show you these documents, because they have paid for that, you know, that luxury, I guess. It's not really a luxury, but they've paid for that. And anybody who is worth their salt will be very happy to prove to you as a potential customer that they have all the documents in order. So yeah, always, you know, ask for a consultation. Don't be bullied into treatment without having a consultation. Consultations are not always free, so don't be put off by having to pay for a consultation. A lot of technicians will ask for a deposit for consultation, but if you do go ahead with treatment, the consultation price will be taken off the, you know, the treatment price. A lot of people do it different ways, but don't be put off if somebody does ask for a deposit for a consultation. Just be happy that they are doing consultations, and in that consultation appointment, go armed with lots and lots of questions. Ask about pigments, ask about how long it's going to last in the skin. They should be fully knowledgeable and able to answer all your questions. So, like I mentioned previously, in semi-permanent makeup we use pigments and not inks. There is a difference. Pigments naturally sort of break down in the skin over a period of time, and inks, like a big tattoo, are permanent. They really, really will stay. They're implanted a lot deeper into the skin, and you know, really the only way of getting rid of that is laser, which is not nice. But with semi-permanent makeup, we will fade and we want it to fade. So we don't want to tattoo your eyebrows and, you know, get them tattooed at 25, and then when you're 85 you still have these definite tattoos. We want them to fade over time, because you are going to want to make changes. You are going to want to play around with colour a little bit and make those enhancements as your body changes, as your face changes, as your hair colour changes, and that's a good thing. We do want it to fade. When I do any procedure, I always, in the consultation stage and in the treatment, I always measure the eyebrows, mark out and draw in the perfect shape. Needle does not touch skin until you, the customer, are 100% happy and feel totally sure that that's the shape you want to go for. And I use my calipers, to measure the frame of your face. So I measure the space in between, I'm measuring the length of your eyebrow, and I'm measuring where the arch will place. And it's really important to make those measurements. And sometimes you can spend so long drawing in that shape and getting it just perfect, because that's the outline, that's the guide, and that's where you're going to be tattooing. So expect that the technician does spend a long time really doing your measurements and creating the perfect shape for you. Now, pigments and the colours essentially should not be chosen because you like the shade. It just doesn't work like that. So for example, I have two colours here, treacle, you can see that, I don't know if you can, and cappuccino. So those are two shades. I have loads, but they need to be tested on the skin. So I apply little dots of different colours over the skin, and what I'm looking for is to see how that pigment shines through the skin and how it sits, because treacle on my skin may look completely different to what it looks like on your skin, and we base it on your Fitzpatrick scale. So we're looking for your eye colour, your skin colour, your natural hair colour, and just seeing how it really is sitting on the skin and how the colour shines through. So it might be that you've got a specific colour in mind and we can work towards that, but really we are constricted to that Fitzpatrick scale. We do not want the eyebrows healing and the colour not sitting right in the skin. So lots of things are considered before treatment goes ahead. Full medical questionnaire to make sure you are safe to do this. Again, if you go to a reputable technician, you will have a fully comprehensive consultation questionnaire to fill out, and that will be checked. Medication will be checked, health issues will be checked. So it's very important that you do fill that out very honestly, and yeah, all measures are put in place to do a safe, accurate treatment before the needle touches the skin. So in essence, just to wrap it up, please, 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 please think before you ink. It is so important. And if you have any questions, any problems that you want me to answer, just, leave me a little message down there and I'll be more than happy to answer any queries. But yeah, if you're thinking about having the treatment, it's the best thing that I ever did. I had my eyebrows tattooed, and I've had them done a couple of times since they were originally done. I've got a bit thicker, I've gone a little bit darker within my Fitzpatrick scale, and I absolutely love them. I still do tint them and wax them, but my eyebrows are, everything. I love them. So I do hope that, if you are considering getting it done, you research properly. But yes, thank you. Over and out for today. Bye. Mwah.